What's going on YouTube? It's your guy Darian. I'm back, Bowtie Fragrance Guy, man. This channel talks about fragrances as well as fashion. So if looking good and smelling great are important to you, then I invite you to go ahead and click the subscribe button. And if you don't mind, take another quick second to go ahead and tap that bell icon as well, just to make sure you get notified every time I upload new content on the channel. So guys, you see the title. On today's video, we're going to be talking about 10 fragrances that boost your swag, attractive fragrances that really compel people to want to come over and ask, what is it that you're wearing? These are the type of fragrances that we're going to be talking about on today's list. Guys, one day y'all going to wake up and say, man, you know what? This guy knew what he was talking about. One day it's going to happen, man, because I'm telling you, these fragrances I'm going to talk to you guys about today are some absolute bangers, all right? So we're going to be getting into that in just a few moments. Before we get into that, I want to talk about mention two fragrances really quickly here. I got two fragrances in recently from Allure, the Gulf. I think that's how you pronounce that. I think these are two of their newest releases, Acqu Di Gio, and this one is called Night Flower. Now I will tell you right now, this one is my favorite so far from the range, Acqu Di Gio, and because it has coconut in it. I really love coconut. I'm going to be delving into these two fragrances later on in another video, and I'm going to be doing a 10 ml decant giveaway of both of these fragrances. So that's something that's going to be coming up. And also, before we go into the fragrance list today, guys, quick fashion check. Of course, the shirt I'm rocking today, Spear McKay, as well as this suit. Love this suit, man. It's a light gray suit that I got from Spear McKay. Of course, I always talk to you guys about that. And I want to know something. I mentioned that because I want to know something. I'm thinking about doing something. So one thing that I really want from this video, you guys that are really interested in increasing your knowledge as it relates to fashion and menswear. The guys that follow this channel that really have a sincere interest in that. I mean, learning everything about suits and just, you know, the do's and don'ts as it relates to menswear and just the fashion tip side of it. Those of you that are sincerely interested in that, please comment down below, because I'm thinking about doing something, but I really want to get an idea for how many of you guys are sincerely interested in that side of the content. So let me know down below if you're really interested in the menswear side and information side that I have to offer from this channel. Now guys, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into these 10 fragrances. If you want to know what fragrances made this list, 10 fragrances that will increase your swag. You know how we get down, man. Keep it locked right here. All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're not going to waste time. Let's jump right into this list. The first fragrance that I want to mention today comes from the house of Initio Parfums, and I've talked about this one a lot recently. Is this one right here, their latest release. This is called Musk Therapy. This is called Musk Therapy, and again, I will tell you guys, this fragrance is absolutely phenomenal, man. There's just something magnetic about this scent. Oh my goodness, it just smells so good. I wore this fragrance yesterday, just out and about. And man, this thing just really it stops traffic. People really want to know what it is that you're wearing when I wear this. So it really has proven to me just to be one of those scents that regardless of where I'm going or what I'm doing, people want to know about and inquire about this fragrance. So listen, again, I know a lot of these fragrances on this list, I will say, of course, are a little bit on the expensive side. Listen, guys, get a sample. I always recommend that before you invest into a bottle of fragrance, especially one that comes at a price point like this. Just sample it first. And again, sometimes even a sample is enough. If you get 5, 10 mil, depending on how many fragrances you have, it can last you a while. So check out ScentSplit.com. I always recommend ScentSplit, and I'll leave a link down below if you want to check any of these fragrances out, because I'm just saying, you know, before you invest that much into a bottle, sample it. Go out and try it, and then, you know, you'll see the results for yourself. But this one, again, is one I highly recommend from Initio Profondo. This one is called Musk Therapy. The next fragrance on the list, guys, comes from the house of Tom Ford, one of my absolute favorites, but it had to make a list like this. This one is Oud Wood. Oud Wood from Tom Ford. And of course, you guys know this one is extremely good. And It's just a really kind of masculine, woody fragrance. That's really what this is. It's got a little bit of sweetness in here that I really enjoy, but it's really, really sexy. One of my absolute favorite fragrances. And again, if you're talking about fragrances that really are going to boost your swag, something that really attracts people and make people want to inquire, this is one that will do it. These fragrances on this list today are fragrances when I wear them, I just know, hey, I'm gonna boost my confidence. I'm gonna be one of the best smelling guys wherever it is that I'm going. That's this right here from the house of Tom Ford. Again, check it out. This is Oud Wood. All right, the next fragrance on this list, this fragrance comes from the house of Mancera, and this one is called Black Gold. Black Gold from Mancera. This fragrance is absolutely phenomenal, man. It's something just so sophisticated about this scent. Has some of my favorite notes in here. Cinnamon, it has some lavender, kind of gives it again that kind of clean, kind of slightly fougere quality, but it dries down to a nice kind of vetiver and leather with a little bit of musk on the dry down as well. Just a classy, sophisticated scent. And again, you're gonna feel confident when you wear this thing. It's gonna boost your swag because you're just gonna feel like and know that you smell absolutely great. And there's really probably nobody that you come in contact with in that day that's gonna smell as good as you smell. That's what this list is about, man. And this one, for me, from the house of Mancera, is one of the fragrances that really epitomizes that. So check this one out if you never tried this one from the house of Mancera. Again, this is called Black Gold. All right, the next fragrance on this list, guys, it's been talked about a lot, but let's go ahead and get into it from the house of Creed. This one is called Creedaventus. And yes, I know this fragrance has been talked about ad nauseum in the fragrance community, but it's for good reason. I always say this when I talk about this scent, man. This is just one of the best fragrances to me ever created, in my humble opinion. And when you talk about confidence, you talk about boosting your swag, you gotta have this juice right here in your collection. Now, this batch that I have is a 17 N01 batch, and I'm really trying to hold on to this stuff. I'm gonna use it sparingly because, oh man, it's just good, man. I'm not gonna talk a lot about this fragrance because you know what it is. But what I will tell you is this: don't let the hype of this fragrance talk you out of really having this and adding this to your collection if you don't have it. Does everybody like it? No. But I'm telling you, if you want to boost your swag, a fragrance that's attractive, that's going to get you noticed, this is one that you have to have in your collection from the house of Creed. This, of course, is the king that started this whole swag. This one is called Aventus. All right, guys, the next fragrance on this list comes from the house of Xerjoff, and this one is called Neo. Xerjoff Neo. This is just simply one of the best citrus fragrances ever created. Oh man. Again, nice citrus opening, neroli primarily, nice green notes as well. That works really well with the citruses in the neroli in the opening of this. And what you get on the dry down, man, is just a nice woody dry down, a little bit of patchouli in there. But really this is just, like I said, simply one of the best citrus fragrances ever created. And so when we talk about fragrances, again, that are going to get you some attention, it's going to attract people, it's going to kind of want to make people know what it is that you're wearing and inquire. Most people just really are attracted to a nice, clean, fresh citrus fragrance. And because this to me is one of the best in that genre to ever be created, it had to be on a list like this. So if you're looking for a fragrance, especially this time of year in the summer, it's going to boost your swag, something that's going to get you noticed. Hey man, you got to check this one out from the house of Xerjoff. This one is called Neo. Next fragrance on this list, I've been talking about this fragrance a lot lately, and I'm going to continue to talk about it because, guys, you need to experience this one. Again, let me just show you what it is from the house of Amouage. This is called, of course, Diamant. Amouage Diamant. And man, if you want to talk about an amazing scent, oh, man. This thing is really fresh. It's kind of soapy to me. Really, really clean. Again, unlike most fragrances from the house of Amouage, but I'm telling you, this fragrance right here is just simply divine. The smell that you get when you put your nose to the atomizer of this particular fragrance is just really, really an experience. I'll just say it that way. So man, again, you're talking about a fragrance that's going to boost your confidence and boost your swag. People always ask questions. When I've been wearing this as of late, people always want to know, dude, what is that you're wearing? Male and female alike. And that's really what this list is about. And I just feel really, really confident. Swag is on 10. when I wear this fragrance right here. Peony, I talked about that before. It has plum, but also some other really, really masculine notes that, you know, Amouage is really known for. There's some incense in here. There's some vetiver. You get a little bit of leather on the dry down as well. Patchouli peeks his head in there just a little bit. But man, listen, amazing fragrance. Amazing fragrance. Check this one out from the house of Amouage. Again, this is called Diamant. All right, the next fragrance on this list, guys, we're going to the house of Labo. And this fragrance is called Santal 33. Santal 33. And not much to say about this one in reference to what's in it, but you just really have to like sandalwood. You really have to like sandalwood to really, really like this fragrance. But I, of course, love sandalwood. And so this is a fragrance, I know it's gotten a lot of hype at different times in the community. People kind of seem to be kind of split on their opinion on this fragrance. But again, I think if you love sandalwood, this is one that you are going to really, really enjoy. And yes, it boosts your confidence. It boosts your swag when you wear this stuff, man, because you just smell great. Simply put, you smell great. But check this one out from the house of Labo. They have some amazing offerings from this house. And this is one that I really enjoy from the house. So again, check this one out if you never put your nose on it. If you love sandalwood, I'm sure you'll like this. This one is called Santal 33. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, you hardly hear anybody in the fragrance community mention this next fragrance. And I don't know why. Maybe it could be because it reminds a lot of folks of another very popular fragrance. It could be it, but it smells great. And it had to make a list like this from the house of Bond number 9. This is called the Hamptons. This is called a Hamptons. And if you've never put your nose on this, I'm going to tell you what it is going to remind you of. It's going to remind you of Silver Mountain Water from Creed, but there's a little bit more of an aquatic twist on this particular fragrance. And again, on this kind of list, a fragrance that's going to boost your swag and your confidence, this is one that I highly recommend from Bond number 9. I will say, if you are a fan of Silver Mountain Water, then you probably will like this. So just imagine again, Silver Mountain Water with a little bit of a touch of an aquatic vibe. And that's what you get in this bottle. It's great for the summertime, great for the springtime. So put your nose on this if you never put your nose on it from the house of Bond number 9. This one is called the Hamptons. All right, guys, the next fragrance on this list absolutely needs no introduction, but you know, I will give it a short one. It's a very, very popular fragrance in the fragrance community at large, and it is for a good reason, man. Let's just go ahead and look at this beautiful bottle from the house of Parfums de Marly. This is Layton. This is Layton. Man, this is just a beautiful scent that you're gonna get some apple, some mandarin orange, some lavender. What else? I think there's some vanilla in this as well. I think a little bit of patchouli on the dry down. But anyway, just one of my favorite scents in my entire collection, man. And one of these scents that when I really just wanna own the room, man, and just know that I'm gonna be the best smelling guy in the room, this is one that I really like to reach for. Again, it increases your swag, man. You walk a little bit different when you know you smell absolutely amazing. And that's what this fragrance does for me. But one of the fragrances that does that for me in my collection. So check this one out from the house of Parfums de Marly. Of course, this is called Layton. All right, guys, and last but not least on this list today, coming in, well, it's not really the number one spot. I didn't have these in order, but the last fragrance on the list today, last but not least from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is Baccarat Rouge 540, the Extrait de Parfum. Now, if you have the Eau de Parfum, that works as well. This is just the one that I happen to grab. So this one or the Eau de Parfum will work in this particular scenario for this particular video. This is going to boost your swag because you know you're rocking Baccarat Rouge 540. It's just really that simple, man. It smells absolutely amazing. It smells fantastic. This has notes of saffron. This one, of course, it introduces that bitter almond accord to the DNA from the original. Oh man, bitter almond, saffron. Oh my God, man. This stuff is good, man. This stuff is good. And what really gives it, you know, that makes it what it is on the dry down is that ambergris that you get on the dry down of this fragrance, man. So, man, if you talk about a fragrance that's really gonna boost your swag and your confidence, because people are going to ask you what you're wearing when you rock this stuff, This is one you definitely need to put your nose on, man, from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Again, this is called Baccarat Rouge 540. This is the Extrait de Parfum, but of course you can get the Eau de Parfum as well, and it will work just the same. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's my time today. I hope you enjoyed this video as I gave you guys 10 fragrance recommendations that will attract people and boost your swag. As always, I appreciate your time and your attention to these videos because, of course, it could have been anywhere else in the world, but you took a few moments to watch little old me talk about fragrances, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to also go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos out to folks that you think could use this information or find me entertaining, because I am your guy, Darian, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.